Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Let's head on into this little city down here. Where we are is on the southern continent in what's they're called the Mideel area. The reason it's called the Mideel area is because, well, this little town right here is called Mideel. Obvious enough, right? Hot Springs Town, huh? Alright, well, we got some shops we want to look at before we actually proceed on with the main plot. Which, if you want to avoid the main plot, you see the dog at the top of the screen there. Don't go anywhere near that dog. That will actually proceed on with the main plot. So if you want to do anything like the shopping that I'm about to show you, you want to do it now before you talk to the dog. So, or go before you. Let me put it this way: it will auto trigger the event if you go near the dog. So you want to stay away from the dog. Let's go to the shop down here first. Trying to see if I can talk to this lady who's running around like a crazy nut. Okay. Alright. Now let me check my inventory, see if I have one of these. We need something. I want to check real quick. Okay, good. I have what I'm looking for. Okay. We want to talk to this little white chocobo here. Let the lady bring the chocobo over this direction. Alright, talk to the chocobo? No, not the lady. Talk to the little chocobo. There we go. Okay. Obviously, you have to have mimic greens in your inventory before this happens. If you talk to this bird, you don't have any mimic greens in your party, it'll say the chocobo ignores anyone who won't give them any greens. So, if you don't have any, run back to Chocobo Billy at the Chocobo Ranch on the eastern continent next to the marshes where the Midgarzolum is, and all you need is one. Buy one mimic green, come back over here, and give it some mimic greens. You want to tickle behind his ears. And when he does that, a materia comes out of his head. Go figure. We got a materia from the Chocobo. What is that materia? Well, I won't tell you right now. But if you go into our inventory and take a look, we'll find that we got a contain materia. A very, very good materia. This is, again, another materia that is a magic materia, as you can tell. So it's another one of those that, if you're trying to get the master materia, you need to get. And it is a good materia because the magics that it casts are very powerful, and they each, at least, I believe, at least two of them can trigger a status ailment. As you can see, it's 5 stars before. It's got 4 skills: freeze, break, tornado, and flare. Freeze, and I do believe these are elementals, so I believe freeze does ice damage, break is essentially earth, because it can also potentially petrify a target. Freeze will also potentially cast stop. Tornado is wind, and flare is obviously fire. I believe these are elemental. But what's interesting about it is if they are actually elemental, the only reason I'm confused about it is because I have seen flare in other games be considered non-elemental, even though it looks like a fire attack. It's been considered non-elemental, so I'm not entirely sure if these 4 are actually elemental. But I do know for sure that freeze can potentially cast stop, and break can potentially cast not paralyze, petrification. With that in mind, you can actually equip this to added effect, attach it to a weapon, and there is a chance you could actually inflict stop and or petrify on a target. What's even better is you can actually inflict petrify, which is the break ability, even if you haven't learned break yet on this material, which is also very nice. As far as equipping it, don't really have any place I really want to put it right now. I'm not too worried about hang on. So manipulate. Okay, I'm not really worried about manipulate at this point. Any enemy skills that I get on me, I may not get till after probably like disc 3 or so. So I'm going to change manipulate out for contain. Contain does not Contain all the attacks in Contain automatically target all targets, I believe. So attaching it to all won't do any good. But it does link up with other paired materia like MP Turbo, MP Absorb, Elemental, things of that sort. And obviously, like I said, well, I don't know about Elemental because I don't know if it's an Elemental materia or not. But like I said, it does work with status ailments. Which let me see if I can find out the Elemental. I can find about Elemental right now. Where's do I have an Elemental materia on somebody? Right there. Okay, let me drop this ice materia temporarily and get the Contain off of here. Alright, if I attach this Elemental Contain to his armor, he should be he should nullify ice, wind, earth, and fire if this materia actually is elemental. So let's check his status. Okay, obviously not, because he still absorbs fire and is invalid to lightning, and that's it. So clearly that is not an element. Either those skills are not elemental, or it does not pair up with the elemental materia. On the other hand, though, it does work with added effect. So let me drop this temporarily, change it for added effect, which is on him. And if I put on added effect, let me check his status. He is now, okay, there it is. Stop, Petrify, and Confusion. I'm not really sure what Confusion is. I'm gonna guess Confusion maybe win. But as you can see, he's immune to Confusion, Petrify, and Stop. Stop is from Freeze. Petrify is from Stone, not Stone, but Break. And Confusion, I want to guess, is probably from Tornado. Considering the reason I make that assumption is that Chokamog is also Wind Elemental, and it actually casts Stop also. Okay, here's how we're going to find out what it does. Actually, he doesn't have it equipped yet, so we can't find out. Well, as you can see, it clearly prevents those three statuses, which means that those one of those four abilities casts Petrification, one casts Stop, and one casts Confusion. I know for sure that Freeze is the one that casts Stop, and I know for sure that Break is the one that casts Petrify. I'm going to assume that Tornado is the one that causes Confusion. That's just my guess. I'm not sure because I haven't I've never leveled that Contained Materia up high enough to get those other abilities, mainly because I get it so late in the game that I don't really gain enough AP in order to grow it. I do intend to have it and use it, but you know, if I don't level it up, I just don't. I mean, I'm not going to take the time to. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the things back the way they were, which I had Ice, Elemental here. He had the Contained Materia, and the added effect was on what? Right there. On Poison added effect. There we go. Okay. I apologize for this kind of like random unknowns that I'm giving you here, but I do know about the materia. It is a powerful materia. I just haven't used it very much, mainly because I get it so late in the game. I have other materias and other magics that I lean on more often. Alright, let's talk to this guy here. Booked it up. We haven't said we wanted to go anywhere. Okay. Here's an item shop. We've got some items here. I got, as you can see, I loaded up on Hypers and Tranquilizers. I loaded up on 99 of them because I could easily afford it with as much money as I've got. Remedies I only have one of. I need some tents. I'm out of tents. How much is it? 49,000. I don't want to spend that much. Let's get 30 tents. That should be enough to last me for a while. The reason I don't want to spend too much is because there are weapons here that I want to get, and they are expensive. Worth it, but expensive. Remedies, I'm not going to get any remedies. What remedies do, they as you can see, cures abnormal statuses. It cures most status ailments. Poison, sleep, confusion, silence, darkness. I don't think it doesn't cure, KO, but most negative statuses it cures. Alright. Phoenix Downs, we've got plenty of high potions. I can use more ethers, but again, I'm not paying 1,500 gil for an ether. Alright, I can also do some selling, but I'll worry about that later when I do some, when I sell the weapons that I want to get, or that I'm going to exchange. So let's go up here. I think only in that item shop can you talk to the Chocobo and get that contained materia. Although, even though you'll see that chick and that materia, or the chick and the Chocobo in several stores. Alright, let's go in here. And as I said, there she is, there's the Chocobo. And obviously you can only do the contain thing once, no matter how many mimic greens you have. Alright, let's talk to the shop owner. Love and courage, huh? Alright, let's see what he's got. Here's the weapon shop. This is kind of a spoiler, I mean, although you kind of know that Cloud's not dead, but you know he's going to be coming back soon, because otherwise, just like you see here in this stock, you don't see Aeris's weapon because you know she's not coming back. Well, you can tell that Cloud will be coming back eventually because, well, his weapon's in the shop. Wouldn't be here if he wasn't coming back. But there's all these weapons, as you can see, are very powerful and very expensive. So I'm probably going to, and they also got new armor too, Crystal Bangle, another good armor upgrade. As well as the Wizard Bracelet, which, as you might remember, has a lot of slots, but as you can see, very poor physical defense and moderately okay magic defense. I still wouldn't bother wanting to buy these, because even though the slots would be helpful, again, if you're playing the early PC version or the original PlayStation version, magic defense is broken and doesn't work, so this armor would do you nothing but just give you slots. Because the physical defense it takes away is pretty poor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I want to buy armors for everybody here in the current party except Tifa and Sid. And I'm going to buy I'll buy each of these guys a new weapon except Kate Sith, because I can guarantee you at this point in the game, we will not have Kate Sith in our party ever again. There's no storyline requirements. There's nothing at all that requires Kate Sith to be in our party. So I am not going to buy this weapon for him. There's no point. So I'm going to go ahead and buy everyone's upgrade weapon. We got the Crystal Sword, obviously, for Cloud, the Glove for Tifa, AM Cannon for Barrett, Crystal Comb for Red, Crystal Cross for Yuffie, Partisan for Sid, and the Winchester for Vincent. So I'm going to do all that, come back and sell the gear, that, and also going to get a Crystal Bangle for everybody. So I'm going to buy all these weapons and this armor, sell anything that I don't have, and I will meet you. I'll meet you outside of Mideel and show you. I don't know. I'll just meet you back, pretty much right back here in the store. So I will be right back. All right, I'm back this time for sure. And I went ahead and sold all the stuff I didn't need back to this guy. And as far as gear, I put the Crystal Glove, Crystal Bangle on Tifa, Winchester, Crystal Bangle on Vincent, Partisan, Fire Armor that's still on Sid. So, and I went outside of my deal and PHS'd everybody, and with the exception of Kate Sith and Cloud, of course, I put everyone's new crystal weapon, or whatever its equal was, on the character. So Barrett's got a new weapon, Vincent, Sid, Barrett, all of them have their new crystal weapons, or whatever their equal was. Like Barrett's was called the AM Cannon, which has nothing to do with crystal, but you get what I'm saying. Okay, let's go up here real quick, and let's check out this door. It's locked. Okay. Alright, let's go out here. Let's go across this bridge real quick. Go over here behind this little man. Oh, by the way, this little man, if you'd actually talked to him before you did the Chocobo thing, or if you didn't know about the Chocobo thing, you talked to him. That kid got a green stone from the Chocobo. I'm so jealous. That's kind of the clue that you need. You talk to him, he'll say that, and then then you would probably have a clue that you need to do something with the Chocobo in order to get that contained materia. So if you didn't know about that because you didn't see me show it to you, then you would know from this guy. So, okay, now that we've checked out that door, come over here, we press the OK button, you'll see and something is stuck deep inside that looks like an old key. We got a beat up, useless old key. You could have come over here before encountering that door, and she would have seen the key, but she wouldn't have reached for it because she didn't see the need to. But now we found a mysterious door. We found a mysterious key. Let's see if that mysterious key fits the mysterious door. Back into the weapon shop. Let the old lady move out of the way and talk to the door. Use the beat up old key. Yes, go on, say it. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. I want to say it. That's what she said because she did. Uh-oh. We'll tell them. We'll be a good person and tell them the truth. Or you get a cursed ring for our efforts. Now, I'm not sure, but I'm betting that he talks about, passing through the door into another world. I'm going to bet that this door actually really is a door, and with certain coding put in, you can actually go through this door and it would lead to like a debug room or one of the extra like development rooms that the developers use to test the game and stuff. I bet that's what's probably behind this quote-unquote door. It would make sense to me. It's what they would do. As far as that cursed ring we got, it's actually not really an impressive item as far as I'm concerned. It increases each status, but okay, what the but is it inflicts permanent berserk on you, I believe. No, that's not right. I believe it's a 60-second countdown timer. All your stats will be increased, but you have to finish a battle in 60 seconds because you instantly have essentially death sentence cast on you. You might remember the death sentence enemy skill casts a little skull over your head, and then you have 60 seconds. When that 60 seconds is up, that character's dead. But with the curse ring on, that's what happens. You spawn on the battle map with a 60-second timer over your head. Granted, you have all your stats increased. I don't know by how much, but they are increased, and you have 60 seconds to beat the battle, or character dead. Now, I think you can bring the character back with the Phoenix down. I don't think there's another timer. And you can probably cast like probably like a remedy on it to cancel the cursed effect, the death sentence effect. But I'm not really sure. I'm not going to use it, but I just want to show you in case you were interested in getting it or wanted to try it. There it is. That's how you get it. All right, let's leave this shop now. Let's go back across the bridge here for a second, because if we go into this house here, there's actually another shop in here. Talk to this lady here with the at the cook. Working at this accessory store. It looks more like a house to me. All right, we got. She's got some pretty interesting looking items. Actually, she's got amulet, which is luck up 10, which is not that big a deal. But she does have a fire, ice, and bolt ring. So if you're wanting to get nullification to at least these three elements, here's where a great place to get these particular items. So you get a fire ring, ice ring, and a bolt ring. There's also other ones here: fairy ring to prevent poison and darkness, gem ring to prevent paralyze, petrify, and slow, white cape to prevent frog and small. So again, status affliction prevention accessories, stuff I don't care for, but these three are nice: fire, ice, and bolt rings. These are nice for eliminating elemental damage. but because I already have an elemental materia and added effect, well, added effect doesn't work with elements, but it's already have elemental materia, 2 of them actually, and I'm leveling them up and making sure they get as high as possible, they essentially take the place of these rings. Now, if you want to use the elemental materia for attack power, so you say your weapon has fire elemental or ice or whatever you decide to pair with it, and you still want the nullification of one of the other elements, well, here's a good place to do that. So having elemental on your defense is not be all end all. You can use these defensively and save your elemental for offensive attacks. Nothing wrong with that. Great strategy, especially if you know you're about to come up against enemies that are going to be weak to that type and you do a lot of physical attacks. And I think limit breaks also take that into account. So if you're using, say your enemy is weak to ice, you have ice elemental on your weapon, and you use a limit break, I believe you actually get the bonus effect of ice elemental, so you do even extra damage on that target. I think. I'm not entirely certain on that because it's just not something I've researched myself or actually, performed myself. A lot of this stuff I've just kind of read and seen, not actually done myself, so I can't say for certain. But again, some good accessories here if you want to get them, especially these 3 right here. So I'm not going to get any, but you can if you want because it's not a bad choice. All right, let's head out here, back down, and we're still not ready to go talk to the dog yet. We'll go over here and talk to this lady here real quick. This is the lady that we've seen in all the other stores. Apparently there's triplets of her or something, or she's so fast she gets from store to store. Okay, now it's hard to tell, but there's another store over here right where the arrow is. This is an armor store. So let's go in here and see what she's got. He or she has got. And see, there's the lady with the chocobo again. Alright. She has materia, as you can see. She has HP plus and MP plus. I remember these from Cosmo Canyon a long time ago. But these are still good materia to have if you want to help boost your HP or MP. She also has some other materia that we haven't seen in a while. Transform, Gravity, and Destruct. I'm pretty sure I've talked about these before. Transform, I know I've talked about Transform before because I picked it up. It changes you, it gives you the Toad and Mini ability, so you can cast Small, which makes an enemy get small and only be able to do 1 physical damage. Or Toad, which often turns them into a Toad, which pretty much eliminates them from using any abilities, and their attacks are going to be strictly based on their attack power, not including their weapon, because their weapon obviously they can't use because they're toaded. Gravity casts the demi skills essentially. They do a certain amount of damage based on a percentage of the health of the target. Again, the only time Gravity really will only kill a target is if the enemy happens to be weak to Gravity. And despite what you might think, flying targets are not weak to gravity. They will not. They're just not weak to gravity. It's just you would think they might be though because they're flying, but they're not. They're actually weak to wind. And then the Destruct materia casts abilities that eliminate barriers. It has like Dispel, which removes. I believe it has Dispel. Removes positive status elements from your allies. De-barrier, which removes barriers from your allies. So if they put up like magic wall to reflect, you can cast de-barrier and shatter that wall, so they won't have those defenses anymore. And also, I believe it has an ability called I know it has death for sure. So you can cast instant death on a target if they're vulnerable to it. Again, I don't care much for Destruct because those abilities are rare. You don't really encounter a whole lot of enemies that will cast barriers on themselves, and those that do, you can just get around it. And casting instant death, not really reliable because it doesn't always have a really great hit rate, and a lot of enemies are just immune to it. Even regular enemies are just immune to it, and obviously bosses are going to be immune to instant death. So, me personally, nothing here that I would get, but in my opinion, if you're like I said before, if you're new to the game, HP and MP Plus are not bad materia to get, because like I said, as you level them up, the amount of HP that you gain or MP that you gain will increase as you level these materia up. So, okay. With that done, we are done with all our shopping here in Mideel. We can go down here now. Around this way. There's nothing actually in here. I think it's like a shortcut underneath the building. And now we're going to head over here and talk to the dog. We're going to proceed with the main plot. As you can see, it triggered automatically, so if you want to do all that shopping, make sure you don't go near that dog. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do the shopping because you'll trigger the next cutscene or the next event. Obviously, these two old guys here at the top are the ones that we're listening to. Really long sword. Is Sephiroth get washed up on the shore here? No, it wasn't Sephiroth. It's probably Cloud. Wait for us. Poor dog wants more attention, but she just ran away. Poor puppy. Well, actually, it kind of is if you look up and look at the giant pink thing. Wow, I just realized how wrong that sounds. Forget I said anything. What's wrong with him? Ah, Mako poisoning. Shut up, phone! High levels of Mako energy. I wonder where he could have been all this time. We figured out he's not human. He's not a normal human. Alright, let's go inside and hear what she has to say. Kind of wish I had Barrett in the party because there would be a little bit more dialogue here between Barrett and Tifa here, but oh well, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's not news. I like how Kate identifies Heidegger and Scarlet by their laughter, not by their actual names. Meanwhile, back in Midgar, huge materia. Oh, we remember hearing about this when we were back in Gongaga the first time. Wow. That's powerful. Can you imagine a lightning materia that's 330 times that strong? That strength? So they've already got huge materia from Nibelheim, but they need to still get from North Corel and Fort Condor. So Barrett wants Cloud to get better too. How about that? Oh, what's the matter, Barrett? Don't want to admit you have a little bit of a feeling for Cloud's friendship because you missed the guy. Mm-hmm. And Sid suddenly wakes up, joining the conversation late. We're looking to get the bold expression. Alright. Tifa has left our party. And now all we have is Sid. Sid is now the party leader, and that is who we control. And he runs really funny. I don't know what it is, but why? I know what it is. I don't know why he runs this way, but he runs with his waist like shut it like someone's got a stick shoved in his ass or something. I just can't help but notice that. Talk to Yuffie real quick since she's here. Yuffie, I think he's like twice your age. Alright, Sid is our leader now, so we're going to go into the operation room, and just like we did with Tifa when we first got her, we need to assemble our party. And there's our PHS. We're going to put a party together. Who is that party going to be? Find out in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the links at the end of this video for more of my videos, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade, and I'll see you later.